Recently, Too Strong came across a video on Facebook by a creator called Politics Girl. Now, we may or may not play a piece of it, but if we do play a piece of it, just be warned that if you are pro life, you'll do one of two things. You either going to get mad or you're going to laugh hysterically at what she's saying.
The government shouldn't be able to force you to have a baby against your will.
To break down a little bit of what was going on, there is a bill being passed right now, or trying to be passed in Ohio. And it's about reproductive rights, is what they call it. Now, I want to clarify something. Reproductive rights is a ridiculous term. It really is. I don't exactly know how you consider anything reproductive rights when you're stopping reproduction. You can call it ending reproduction rights. So you want the right to end reproduction. You're not choosing to reproduce or not reproduce. You're choosing to not reproduce. There's no one here fighting for the choice to do either, because you're fighting for one particular thing. Now you're going to tell me, well, the bill already facilitates. People already have the reason to choose and have a baby. We need the choice to not have the baby. There is a way you can do that without the government intervention. You know what it's called? Closing thine legs. It's one of the simplest things you can do. You don't need a government to do it. You don't need a bill to do it. You don't even need family and friends in order to do this. It is one of the most simple procedures you will ever go through in your life. Now, this goes for males too. You don't want to have a choice. Don't just lay up with any woman. Here's the thing about humanity. The female was built to accept something from the male to create something brand new. So if one or both of those people abstain from doing that act that creates the outcome, you know what you'll never have to worry about? The government stepping in to say anything or having to leave the situation. See, what Politics Girl has left out is logic. She's screaming from the top of her lungs, emotionality. Oh, what about bringing in a rapist's baby? Did the baby rape anybody? I'm just trying to figure out how is that a rapist baby when the baby ain't done nothing. So you're trying to tell me then so I guess that would make sense because you believe DNA carries a certain behavior. That makes sense because she also likes Joe Biden. And if that's the case, then his DNA is racist. He can't help it, right? Because his son is too. But it's only racist if it's not a hooker, I guess. I mean, once it's a hooker, then it's all fair game for him. But I digress. You want reproductive rights to be passed in Ohio because you say the majority of Ohioans want that particular thing passed. If you, hear me out, if you genuinely believe that the large majority of women having abortions are having abortions out of necessity and from rape, you are being disingenuous, and there's another word for you, and you're lying. There is a very minute amount of women having abortions because of something nefarious done to them. Incest and rape, very few. If you want to put that as your caveat, feel free. Biblically, it ain't in there, but if you want to put that as a caveat, feel free. But don't come with a lie talking about, oh, it is reproductive rights and choice. You're not choosing to reproduce. You're choosing to end reproduction. And like I said, just close your legs. And for men, just stand up. Don't be doing nothing in the bed. The only way for a woman to become pregnant by a man is for that man to inject his seed into her. You can avoid that whole process and you'll never need the government. Easy peasy. They don't need no vote, no veto, no president involved, no panel, no survey, nothing. And it doesn't even cost you anything. I mean, it'll cost you some moral points because you have none. But outside of that, nothing. This whole argument about reproduction is really an argument for legal murder. People are looking for a way to kill somebody legally. Now, mind you, you're the same people that will complain about police brutality. You're the same person that will complain about genocide. Meanwhile, you're 40 million in the hole. Body count, I mean. Yeah, Your movement is 40 million in the whole body count since its advent here on United States soil. So here's what. Speaking from a person that has lived 40 plus years on this earth and has no desire to push the narrative of abortion, the next time you decide or want to think about abortion being a legal thing, uh, here's what I want you to do. Get one of those name tag things, right? You know that we used to do. My name is, and you write your name on it. And if you're a male, you write your name as Gino, okay? And if you're a female, you write your name as Genocida. So that way people know that you're genocidal, and yet you're hoping for the death of millions, and you're also responsible because you're okay with it. Remember, silence is consent on your, and it's also violence on your part. So here's the final thing we will say about this. To those of you trying to push emotionality into this and trying to get us to think about the rapist women and the women who've been sabotaged by incest and they just don't want the kid because of their life and the kid is going through this and this and the other. Why not? Why not start first by not getting yourself in the situation? We're not even talking about a raping situation. We're talking about getting pregnant. And secondly, answer me this. What did the baby do? Why should the baby have to suffer for the rapist? Why not push for a bill? Hear me. Why not push for a bill to end the life of the rapist? Huh? Push for multiple bills to cast all your care and punishment on the rapist so the child never has to grow up with him being around. See, the child don't know it was a victim of rape. Child don't know it was an offspring of rape. The child don't know nothing but what you tell it when it pops out. But you're already branding that child a rapist's child because you refuse to put the responsibility on who the responsibility is to go on. The innocent one pays. But then again, since you want the government involved in it, it sounds just like the government done it. I guess the hand that feeds you is really the one you want to be like. Make it make sense.